Hey guys, it's a History Nerd, and we are back with another exciting episode of Silent Hunter 5. Got a little bit ahead of myself before starting the recording session, and I've already plotted the exit course. So you guys don't get to see me pan around the screen, clicking on things.
Speed ahead.
I'm sure that'll be fine. Let's pop out into Cheaty View because we got a new boat. And we got the Endurance A. That's how I'm going to be doing this. So like in Star Trek with the Enterprise and the Enterprise A, B, C, D, E, whatever. However far it goes.
Smoke on the horizon.
We're doing this
Bearing
same thing with
3,
the Endurance.
6.
So one little concern, one thing I forgot to do, it looks like, is put on my emblem. So that's a shame. And the Tiger Stripes are there. Another niggling little thing. I thought I loaded the rear entirely with electric, but it looks like a steam torpedo snuck in there, so we'll figure that out. And by figure it out, I mean we'll happily shoot it when we have to. One last thing to take care of. We have a whopping 10 promotion points. So, let's get spending those. I'm thinking Motor Officer. We should at least do those two. That seems like probably a pretty good idea. I don't know. I don't know about any of those. We've got... I mean, we might as well get that, the diving speed, taken care of all the way. So now we'll dive as fast as we possibly can. That's going to be good. Whoops, discard. Let's just hover over. I'm looking for a way, I guess that would be this, to just make it so that, you know, we won't build up CO2 as quickly underwater, which would, you know, I mean, it's not something we want happening. Also looks like we got some Iron Crosses to give out. I don't think any of my command staff have it. No. Nope, none of my command staff have an Iron Cross. We might have to fix that. So, Dieter first, obviously. Dude deserves one. Yosef, you deserve one, and Eric. Why not? Now we gotta go through all of our enlisted officers, and I think the Motor Officer, Willie here, he's doing some good work. Same as... Doesn't matter. We're out of medals. That's fine. We still have 4 points left to spend? Man, I don't know. I don't know what we need. Maybe sound and radio? There, and... There we go. That's all the promotion points. Benno is like...
We
over
are
the
in
moon
shallow waters, Captain.
with excitement. Which is good. It's always good to have a crew excited to be doing what they're doing. Anyway, we're in the straightaway out of the port,
Half
so let's
speed
take it up
ahead.
to speed 3.
Escort sighted. Bearing 3, 5.
We got some nice looking warships in port, and okay, we know one warship. I guess it's still 39, isn't it? Like, I know how to check. Check the ship's log. December 9th, 1939. So, yeah, we still got a way to go before really anything exciting happens. Something in like Norway or anything of that nature. So, as for the mission, kind of rambling. Haven't had coffee yet today, so I do apologize. We got to come down here and do a little bit of patrol in and around the coast of Ireland. So we'll come in and,
New waypoint.
you know,
Course 254. New waypoint. Course
do something like that.
253. New waypoint.
It is pretty
Course
close to land, so we're gonna
252.
wanna watch our patrol around here, and I think that should be fine. And then once we get that done, we can go and take a look at. Oh man, there's tons of places. I'd like to go back and check out Stornoway actually, because I do think that would be easy. And if the weather is permitting, then we will. If it's so rainy and foggy that I can't sea 10 feet in front of my boat, I think we'll avoid doing any more port raids. Just because reasons. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to see you guys when we got something more exciting to see than a lighthouse. So see you guys in a bit. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, well, we are here off the coast of Ireland. And we've picked up an audio contact that looks like it might actually be moving in this direction. Let's see if we can hunt this guy down and get ourselves, you know, something. Looks like it's a green ship, so we'll just get a little bit closer. See if we can at least identify what nation this ship belongs to. And I can't really tell at the moment. Let's see. It looks like a Red Cross ship? I mean, that's certainly a Red Cross flag. And it's very blacked out. So I'm curious as to why the Red Cross would be using such a blacked out ship, but I'm not going to attack them. That's just not right. So, let's finish this off. We might as well send off a radio message to the BDU just to be like, hey,
course 2, 3, 5.
you know, we saw a Red Cross ship out here. FYI. But we didn't sink it because we're not jerks, is basically what's going on there. So I'm hoping that after going down and coming back up, we've done enough for the BDU to say, yeah, you've adequately patrolled that section of seawater that is, quite frankly, nowhere near your objectives. And this is also why I won't be going into Holyhead or Holyheed or however you pronounce this for this mission, because this is the northwestern approaches, so most of the ships coming through here, I mean, sure, a few might be heading down into this area, but I have a feeling most of these guys are coming in, like, you know, to these ports or just in this area. So I'm not against heading down here, just I'm against doing it when it's not going to do anything for the mission. Okay. Come on, BDU. We've done enough. Or not. Okay, well,
New waypoint. Course
maybe
182. Returning to course. New waypoint. Course 42. New waypoint. Course 159. New waypoint. Course.
Maybe we'll see that Red Cross ship again. I don't know. Anyway, I'll be back with something more exciting than a ship I'm not going to sink. See you guys in a bit. Alright, so it is now the 15th of December. We've burned through almost half a tank of fuel, and the BDU has asked us to reposition 80 kilometers to the northeast in an attempt to find more ships. I don't think whoever's assigning patrol locations in the BDU actually really understands where we should be going. Regardless, I'm going to tuck us down to speed 2 and continue on with their idiotic requests. I can't imagine we'll burn through much more fuel circling around here, and then basically once we're done these 2 patrols, it'll be back to Helgoland for a refuel to come back up. Because that's the way the German military machine likes to work. So we shall follow orders and keep up with the pointlessness of operations off the north coast of Ireland, looking for really anything. So, other than the Red Cross ship, I also came across a task force of 2 fishing vessels, which I felt weren't worth my time either. So, yeah, we'll just continue doing what they want us to do, mainly because we got the time to do it. We've got until April to finish this off, so if we're going to be spitting around December doing nothing but stupid little circle patrols out here, fine. At least we're safe for Christmas. Anyway, see you guys in a bit. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, well, we've come across something that isn't a fishing ship. I've seen about 6 fishing ships today. In fact, one is just over there leaving. So we've finally come across what could be considered a very small freighter, but it isn't a worthless target. So we're gonna approach in our typical fashion and try and get this guy with the deck gun is basically the plan. So we can see he's definitely running, but that's not gonna help. Let's shut her down to speed 3. We are very close. So Max, if you could, I guess Dieter, man the deck gun. There we go. That'll help improve things here. There we go. And with a full-on broadside shot like this, even Max should be able to take care of this guy quite quickly. But that's 25% hit rate right now. This close. That's ridiculous. At least we are firing our high explosives. There we go. Let's start. Well, let's get this down really low. Right on the waterline, I suppose. The quote-unquote waterline. There. Let's try and get the front cargo hold ablaze. Please? Maybe it's a non-explosive cargo. So we'll try for the aft. Yeah, getting holes punched below the waterline because it's a little choppy today. So the boats come out enough that we can get holes where otherwise you wouldn't be able to get holes. Oh, that's a bad miss. Still doing better than Max. Alright, well, that guy's gonna be dead. So we can reposition and continue doing things if we wanted. Now, I don't think that would have counted for anything within the mission. That's just the BDU saying, hey, you've got to do things for us. Let's check 48% fuel. So we're not at, like, fuel critical levels. But we're at a level of we might not
slow speed ahead
be able to do much in the way of patrolling. I think in my head the number 25 is sticking out for how much fuel I should have left before I return to port. So we'll head up around this way. We have to go this way anyway. And we might as well see if we can catch anyone unawares and sink them. And if not, then we'll just head on back to Helgoland and fill up the tanks. That's that plan. Now we got this guy who's probably going to go under relatively quickly. We scope out underneath. Well, we got a few holes that'll be letting water in. We got a nice hole through the bridge there. This is just really going to be a matter of time for this guy to shimmy himself down. Anytime now. I think the front's getting swamped now with each crest of the waves. A little bit further under and under. This guy just doesn't want to go down. Come on. Come on. There we go. Now you're starting to slip. Pretty much permanently underwater. The front half, at least. And there she goes. Off to the bottom. We can see the nose is nowhere near. We're sinking in deep water today. So, yeah. One down. What was it, you may be asking? It wasn't much, is what it was. I think it was a Hog Island. No, a Yukon small passenger. 1,000 tons. Well, 1,700 tons, so I mean, I guess that's closer to 2. Regardless, it's not really enough to make that big of a difference or even count for the mission. So thanks, BDU. You wasted a lot of my time. See you guys in a bit. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. We're off the north coast of Scotland, and we have, finally, a ship that's worth sinking. So, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves a lock. Keep it kind of in the middle. We can probably bring this down to about, I'm going to say, 3.5 to 4 meters. Sure, why not?
Firing tube 1.
And right down the middle. Now, we should also probably
torpedo depth set to 4 meters.
Get a second torpedo up and go for kind of in the rear of the ship. So, let's leave our periscope up because that's nice and dangerous that way. Although, at this time of night, I'm not sure that they will be able to spot us from that far out. So hopefully, this is just a nice, normal, non-moving, non-evasive action-taking freighter. That's that's all I'm hoping for here. I'm not sure about that first one, at least not really where I wanted it. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We are getting pretty darn close to a bunch of misses. And by a huge margin, I might add.
Tracking new target.
So,
torpedo depth set to 4 meters.
Let's try this
Target
again.
marked.
We got our lock.
Firing tube 3.
There.
Target marked. Torpedo depth set to 4 meters.
We got our lock.
Firing tube
There.
4.
We are shooting these from pretty far out. I will concede that.
All stop.
No, we can
Minimum
keep going.
speed ahead.
I don't know. I'm not
2, 1, ready.
feeling the way these torpedoes are shooting today. We might get lucky on one here. So unless this ship is, like, slowing down incredibly...
Torpedo impact.
Which, I mean, that could be the case, right? Like, no idea how low down that hit. But it was an impact. So, you know, 4 torpedoes, 1 hit.
Target marked.
That's pretty damn bad.
Torpedo depth set to 4 meters. Firing tube 1.
So let's try this again. Remember now, we are headed back home for resupplies. So we can use quite a few torpedoes today. Has this guy slowed to nothing now? Like, what's going on?
Torpedo missed, sir.
Oh,
Torpedo
that's
missed,
looking slightly better. Let's see if we can acquire our torpedo out here.
sir. Torpedo impact.
Alright, so maybe there was ship maneuverings, maybe there was poor auto calculations, maybe it was just because we were too far out. I'm not sure, but we did manage to hit it twice. There's no damage under the water, which is a shame, but we can definitely see the front end getting nice and heavy quite quickly. And if we take a look at our kill log here, it should be a fairly large ship added to the totals. And it was added to the totals. That is good news
Blow all ballast.
for the crew of the Endurance A. And bad news, of course, for these guys. So, you know, it was luck, crew of this freighter. There was nothing you guys did wrong. In fact, there was a lot you guys did right. So, as you
Waypoint. Course 84.
sink
Returning to
down
course.
into the cold
New
waters,
waypoint. Course 82.
they can take some
Two,
consolation in
ready.
that it wasn't their fault. We, whoops, we just bested them. That's all. We can go ahead and kick it up to
Half
speed
speed
3.
ahead.
So we'll get the Endurance on out of here. We might as well watch this ship here head to the bottom. It's going to sink quite quickly, I think. I do apologize for the water on the screen. Let's see if we can get rid of that. It should, like, dry itself relatively quickly, I hope. There we go. We just needed some time acceleration, that's all. Aw, not gonna do a Titanic. The aft is not gonna stand. She's going down too quickly.
Torpedo missed, sir.
Dieter, so many of our torpedoes missed. Naval ensign still flying proudly. That should be the last thing to go under, I think. Maybe not. And the final moments are now done. See a big ship? You can get an idea for just how long this ship is. It's huge. Absolutely a behemoth. We take a depth reading.
Depth under keel is 120 meters.
It's about 120 meters long. That's a long ship. Anyway, we're headed back to port. So I will see you guys when we get there. See you in a bit. Alright, well, with a save and a reload, just loading the save, I didn't have to exit the game.
351.
So my Uplay settings shouldn't be affected.
Course 147. Returning to
All speed
course.
ahead.
We've got a full load of fuel, we've got replacement torpedoes, and we're ready
New waypoint. Course
to head back out sort of in this direction, where we caught
New waypoint.
that other
Course
freighter. I guess I was closer to
126.
the shore. And let's see if we can't get ourselves another one or two big fat freighters to
We are in
finish
shallow
off the
waters,
day
Captain.
and hopefully finish off the mission. The waters around Helgoland are starting to get a bit busier. As you can see, there's many more German naval ships sailing around. And actually, I should check this. We do have a promotion point to spend. So let's put that into the gunner. And we'll dump it into accuracy. Because that'll be good. Max's hit rating of 25% just isn't high enough for me. So let's see if we can get that up higher. We are going to drop this down to speed 2 so we burn just a little less fuel. As you can see, we're going about 13.5 to 14 knots at speed 2, which is plenty quick enough. Thanks to the magic of time acceleration. So, yay! Alright, I will see you guys when I've got something much, much better than me loading up another save game this episode. So see you guys in a bit. Alright, so we're here. As you guys can see, it's a little bit foggy, but otherwise, it's not that bad. I'm thinking we might go take a look at Stornoway here.
New waypoint. Course
2.
316.
So,
Returning to course.
running at speed 2 instead of
Slow
speed
speed
3, we
ahead.
only burn through about 9 to 10% of our fuel to get here, which is, of course, mucho, mucho better. So,
New waypoint. Course
you know,
353.
that's a good thing. Anyway, I'm gonna see you guys when we got some targets to shoot. See you in a bit. Alrighty, so we're getting close to Stornoway here. There are obviously some escorts guarding the port, but I don't think they've seen us, I don't think they hear us, and I don't think there's any reason to draw attention to ourselves just yet. So we got a destroyer over there, we got another destroyer over here. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Anyway, we got another destroyer over here somewhere. And we've got a little motorboat cruising around, trying to make it a bad day for us. And, in fact, whatever is crossing us right now, we should probably take a look at. Now, just to be clear, I'm not against shooting a ship like a destroyer today. 3 kilometers. If we get this set
Torpedo depth set to 1
so
meter.
it skims and it's close enough, we can go nice and quick.
Firing tube 1.
Let's follow it and see. Because like I say, I'm not against sinking destroyers, especially if it's going to be a quote-unquote easy shot like this. But I'm not going to go out of my way to go after every single one of these escorts. I'd much rather get in and take care of the freighters instead of just all these stupid port guards. Well, when a situation presents itself and it's like, hey, I could hurt the Royal Navy just a little bit today. Well, I say we take it. We're getting in nice and close now. Whoops, other way. I wanted to go back out. There we go. We are getting in nice and close, but I mean, I don't know direction-wise what this destroyer is doing. Avoiding torpedoes quite effectively, it looks like. Are you kidding? Is he just gonna stay there now? Did I waste a torpedo on a ship that's just gonna be sitting there?
Tracking new target. Torpedo missed, sir. Torpedo depth set to 1 meters.
Well, fine.
2 loads.
Now it's just personal. I mean, that's just a rude move, you know what I'm saying? But, you may have dodged one, sir, although I really don't even think he saw what he dodged, so...
Torpedo impact.
And it's no secret, I haven't had much luck with destroyers this campaign so far. There's been many that have been able to survive despite what I would consider crippling damage and amount of the ship underwater. So we'll see if this is any different.
Tube 1 ready.
I would have to imagine
We are in
that-
shallow waters, Captain.
regardless of anything else, I don't think his engines are going to be functioning. So hopefully...
2 ready.
So that's one patrolling around, and I think this is the one we hit. In fact, it absolutely looks like the one we hit. So what we might do is just go ahead and pull
Closing
up
tube 2.
our rear tube. And as we come around and actually get a shot with the rear tube, let me just make sure that it's going to be right on the
Torpedo
top,
depth set to 1
right as
meters.
quick as it can. We don't need to be that zoomed in. And we'll let it get a bit more behind us here, so that it's a relatively easy shot for the rear tube. And in fact, when we turn, that should be a great shot for the rear-facing torpedo tube.
Tracking new target. Tube 5. Loads.
A nice little turn, and that's going to go straight down the middle as quick as it can. And now the nice thing is, we're going to have electric torpedoes loaded in the rear.
Torpedo impact.
And that is one destroyer that won't be bothering us for the rest of our port campaign. So let's take a look. What was she? A tribal class destroyer. Gone and dead. Yay! Let's drop the periscope down. I'm sure the Royal Navy is going to be interested in what's going on here.
Ready.
And we will just keep slinking on by. Nobody knows that we're here.
We are in shallow waters, Captain.
So now we can spin this around up front. We can hear the buoys jingling away above us. And we can see into the port a little bit. But of course, we can't see any ships or anything. So we're just going to want to maybe push it up a bit more. And the green buoys obviously are going to help us get lined up properly. And we'll just keep looking behind. And I don't think we picked up any friends. So that's good. And we're already getting locks in there. Now, I don't know what that is. So we'll wait till we get a little bit closer.
Closing tube 5.
And we'll go ahead and make sure our front tubes are selected as well, because that's obviously going to be what we need to shoot with. So there are definitely...
Bearing 3, 3.
there are definitely some ships here to sink. I'm thinking that guy there is going to be priority target number
New
1.
waypoint. Course 347.
Ship sighted. Bearing 3, 2, 2.
Right? And that's, yes, that's the one that I want the lock on. So, if we can see, that guy is going to be, from us now, under 3 kilometers out, so I think we can get away with doing torpedoes as fast as we
Torpedo
can.
depth set to 3 meters.
And then we're going to want to put one there.
Target marked.
We'll get that up. 3.5.
Depth set to
Full of
4
speed.
meters. Firing to
And we'll go there. And so as those go
Ship sighted.
screaming into their
Bearing
target,
3, 4, 1.
we'll continue advancing into port. And torpedoes, where you at? You gotta be here somewhere. They're definitely steaming on in. Let's see if our mini-map can help track these guys down. Yes, there we go. So these are both looking pretty good. Like, pretty decent shots. And, as I was saying about this port, what looks so nice about it is just my ability from basically the mouth of the harbor to sink anything that's in here. That's the plan anyway. We got our 2 torpedoes sliding in.
Torpedo impact.
That's 1.
Torpedo impact.
That's 2. 2 holes. Now, obviously, we could have gone deeper. There's no question about that. I am in port, though, so I wanted to make sure that none of those torpedoes would get hung up on anything. It doesn't look like they will, so maybe we could put this at about
Torpedo depth set to 4 meters. Tracking new
4 or
target.
5 meters. It's really more 5 than 4 at 4.9.
2, 3, los.
But let's go ahead and give this guy one last bit of the business, if you will. And I may be concentrating on this ship just a little too much.
Ship sighted. Bearing 358.
Torpedo impact.
There's no question about that. Well, we got 3 nice holes in this guy now. No fires or anything of that nature going on. They are hitting and they are on a date, so I'm hoping this guy just winds up slowly sinking. And it looks like
All stop.
that might be exactly what's happening with him.
Bearing 359.
So let's
New waypoint. Course.
push ourselves
344.
a little
Returning
bit
to
more
course.
forward here. Alright, well, it looks like that guy's definitely sinking. So let's take a look at what it was. A Stormfly big modern passenger ship at 8,000 tons. That should put a little bit of a dent in, and I think it has. So now we need to find a new target. What would be a good target?
All stop.
I like the size of that ship there. That's a French ship, so I don't think we want to be hitting that. What else we got? Way back there? That's definitely something. We've got... Oh my, yeah. Is that ship as big as I think it is? It very well is. I think that might be our next target. We will go for the tanker. So let's set this at about 4.5. I would imagine a tanker has pretty much the same draft as the passenger ship we just sunk. But I want to be
Target marked. Firing
nice and
2.
careful. I don't want to have these torpedoes running aground, basically. I think that would be a very bad thing and just pretty much a horrendous waste of ammunition. Looks like it's nicely on target. Not really a surprise for a ship sitting there in port. It's going relatively deep.
Torpedo impact.
Again, we could go deeper.
Torpedo impact.
But I don't think we necessarily need to go any deeper. And I would imagine, with the amount of fire that's taking hold of that freighter, that will also be a dead ship soon. One can only hope. It actually might be best to make sure that guy goes down. We'll give it a bit of time just to see what it does. I don't know, though. It might not be sinking. which would make me pretty sad. It looks like we're running fairly low on torpedoes here.
Torpedo depth set to 5 meters. Tracking new target. Firing
So I'm going to try and concentrate all firepower I've got left on this tanker. And let's hope that she's not dead yet. Although really, I don't mind wasting ammunition, quote unquote. If it sinks a ship a little bit quicker, I'm okay with that. I just want to make sure this isn't going to be too shallow, and it
2,
won't be.
3. Ready. Torpedo impact.
And I think that might be a dead ship as well. That's 2. A Cimarron class tanker, only 7,600 tons. But I feel like if we can get one more, know what I'm saying? And I don't know if this thing just respawned.
Torpedo depth set to 4 meters.
But I'm gonna take it.
Target marked. 2, 3. Los.
And then we got one more torpedo
impact.
loading up
We are in
here.
shallow waters, Captain.
Two, 1. Ready.
So we'll give it a try.
Torpedo
have that
depth
set to
set
5.
5 meters. Target
We'll get a
marked.
lock, we'll
2,
fire.
Los.
Because if we can sink another one of these big-ass passenger ships, that would not be a bad thing at all. There it is, okay.
Torpedo impact.
So that's 2. Now what we might need to do is get a little fancy.
New waypoint. Course 343. Returning to course. New
And
waypoint.
spin ourselves
Course
around here.
23.
Half speed ahead.
Which is, you know, kind of a dangerous maneuver to pull when you're sitting in
All stop.
a foreign port and you don't know things like depth or other things of that nature. Lights still running. I don't think it actually counted, did it? Nope. Just 2 torpedoes in the water. So, we're going to spin this around full on 180 degrees.
Ship sighted. Bearing 169.
And we will load up our rear-facing tube. We'll get it about
Torpedo
4.5.
depth set to 4
We'll get a
meters.
lock,
Target marked.
and we'll fire.
5.
Now, these electric torpedoes are not going to be easy to follow in. So what we
Ship
will need to
sighted.
do
Bearing 126.
is zoom in and see on the old mini-map if this is going to be a good shot or not. It should be a fine shot, really.
Ship sighted. Bearing 170.
And it should be coming in.
Torpedo impact.
With a second hole, I guess probably a third one, and it hit the same location. Let's check that out. It was another big modern passenger ship. This one was only 8,000 tons. It's a bit of a letdown, and we are so close, oh so close to finishing this damn mission. Are we not reloading? External reserves, of
Ship
course.
sighted. Bearing 176.
Alright, well, let's kick
Minimum
up
speed ahead.
forward speed
New waypoint. Course 2. Returning to course.
and basically get ourselves out of here. We can
Slow
go
speed
probably
ahead.
speed 2.
We
Oh, I
are
guess.
in shallow waters, Captain.
Being in shallow waters.
And the keel is 9 meters.
We have tons of meters. Anyway, I'm going to get myself out port, and I will see you guys when I do. Alright. Alright, so I don't know if you guys saw me sink that motorboat or not. I don't know if I just forgot to hit record or something. Anyway, I sunk a motorboat. We're out in the middle of the sea. I'm saving it there. And, yeah, we'll just continue on. We've only got about one ship left to sink, so if I can find a freighter on the surface and peg it with a deck gun, we'll get the mission completed and can return to port to enjoy doing some of our own things for the beginning of 1940. I'm hoping anyway. Anyway, thumbs up if you guys have enjoyed this episode. Leave your comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, jokes, musings, what have you below. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.